We are going to do a lesson today on writing a personal narrative. And so this is going to be another portfolio piece that will follow you all the way through to 5th grade. So you want to make sure that you do your very best on this. We need your help during this, and I'm going to show you some things that we're going to talk about during this personal narrative. What we want to really think about when we do a personal narrative is we want to narrow it down to one small moment in time. So when we talk about one small moment in time, imagine if you went to an amusement park. You wouldn't talk about the whole day at the amusement park. You might just talk about that you were on a roller coaster ride, and you would start your story from the beginning of standing in line to the roller coaster ride and all about what happened throughout the roller coaster ride, and then when you got finished, that would be the end of your story about the roller coaster ride. So you want to get one little small specific moment in time. And we're going to do some things. We're going to draw our story out. That's going to help us get our small moment and draw it out. Then we're going to stretch our story back out. And we're going to add some details and things to our story. And this is the part that we need your help with. And then we're going to do this revising and editing here. And then publishing this. The reason that we're doing this is because you know your child's story better than we do. So it's going to be easier for you and your child to talk about this together. And then we can go through here and we can do the editing the story and publishing it. And this is going to be a great little piece for their portfolio if we work together on it. So let me show you what we're going to send home. And it's going to look like this. The first thing we want them to do is just to come up with just a few small moments in time, and that'll give them some choice. So talk about something that happened at school. Maybe one time they fell off the monkey bars. See, you wouldn't want to talk about the whole time that you were in school that day, just that one small moment. I fell off the monkey bars and got hurt. Or maybe a family moment. Maybe Christmas when they got their most favorite package that they've always wanted. Or maybe a holiday, maybe a Halloween or something, just that one small moment. Maybe something happened on Halloween, like they got very afraid or something scared them. So just that one small moment. Or maybe an emotional. Last year we had a little girl, she talked about the day that her grandmother passed away. Or, you know, it might be, you might think of a happy emotional time, maybe the day that a baby was born. And so they're going to choose one small moment from one of these. This will just kind of get them brainstorming. This is just a graphic organizer that they would use. The next page is going to look like this. They're going to choose their small moment in time. So let's just say, for instance, that we chose the roller coaster. So you would write the roller coaster in here, and then you would write all kinds of details on here. Just words, like it was scary, it was high, it was fast, it was, think about the people when you're standing in line, it was loud, people were screaming. So you want to think about all the details, because when we write this, we want the reader to feel as if they are there at that one moment. So you're going to try to think of as many details as you can. And we're going to have something that we're going to talk about, and the kids love this. And when we write, we're going to start adding a little more detail to our writing and make it, and kind of like pizzazz it up a little bit for excitement. We want the reader to really be excited and want to read more about what they're reading. And so we want to put in some sound effects, and that's called onomatopoeia. The kids love to say that word. And that's just words like boom, wham, buzz, zoink, pow, things like that. And so that's going to really help that writing. Sometimes if maybe they were excited or they screamed or something, you might even write it in all capital letters. So when you're thinking about this lesson, I want you to, and you're doing over here where you're putting in the details, think about some of these words that you might be using. And that's going to really help them. And another thing that we want to think about is we want to think about using the transition words. And we're going to talk more about that in just a minute. We're going to write this in 3 parts. So you might want to use first, second, third, or you might want to use now and next or finally or something like that. So once you have finished thinking of your small moment, write as many details as you can think of in here. And so then we're going to draw it out. So if I were doing the roller coaster, and this part, I might just start. I wouldn't start when I walked into the amusement park because I might have not gone to the roller coaster first. But if I did, I could say that I got in line. Maybe the line was really long. And you let them draw what happened first, then what happened next, and then what happened last. So this is going to kind of be a graphic organizer for them, just to sequence that one small moment, and then they can go back. And the more detail they put into their drawings on these parts, the more it's going to help them when they come to the next part where we stretch it out. So on this stretching it out part, this is part one. So what they'll do is they'll look at this where it says draw it out, box one. So this is going to be stretch it out, box one. So they might want to draw the same drawing, or they might want to put a little more detail into this. And they want to help them talk it through what they're going to write about this first part that happened. So if I were writing this,